Okay, so this is the walkthrough for the finished van. This is the cab with the bulkhead built back. Both chairs have armrests that fall down. Basic Peugeot BOXER cab, 6-speed gearbox. There is a tachograph on this one and a reversing camera, which is nice and handy. That will flap up if you want. So that's the cab. Now this is the entry. I've built a walk-in step which also doubles as part of the floor there when you're actually all camped up. So you walk in, there's access there to the cab. You can seal that off, of course, on an evening to keep heat in. The space above the cab is a massive cupboard, so you could either put bedding in there or whatever. Quite a sizable space, that. And we walk in, and first off we get the shower, which if you've been seeing me build this, you'll know it's there. Behind the shower there is a composting loo. I don't know if I'll be able to do this with one hand. Let me put the camera down and I'll get the composting loo out. So the idea behind the this, of course, was that most of the time the loo will be out because you only use the shower in the morning. So the loo is on rails. So the loo sits forward like that, and most of the time the bathroom would be set up in that position. Maybe not with the seat up. And then when you want to use the shower, of course, you drop the hatch. I've just got to finish making a little bit of a shower screen to make it totally waterproof, and that's the bathroom setup. Okay, as you walk in here, I've put 2 drawers here for possibly shoes or what have you. This camper is really set up for stealth, so there are no windows at the back, just the back doors. The above lights are on a remote here, so if I put those on, the top lights are on now. There are spotlights either side of the lounge, so there's 4 spotlights, 2 either side, and there's also LED strip lights underneath, which is really handy for cooking. So you put those on, and as you can see, it's all illuminated. Just talking about storage, there's also underfloor storage. As you can see from this cupboard here, you step up, so you've got underfloor storage here, which would be great for anything really, and another underfloor locker here. Then in the kitchen side, you've got a large drawer there under the sink, and even larger drawer there with a little plug-in oven that I've just put in there for now. Then under the sink itself, you've got some little storage there with the slide out under the sink. We've got a water filter, a 5-stage water filter, which produces water there, and hot and cold water there from the boiler. Worth mentioning as also is this large hanging wardrobe with a really solid rail there. That will never come down. I think you'd probably be able to do pull-ups on that thing, which is a massive space there for hanging clothes. Underneath, of course, that's where the toilet slides under when you're using it as a shower. You've got two blown heater points, one here and one under the lounge itself. Worth mentioning, the instrument panel is all up here. So you've got automatic gas on and off. So I've just turned the underslung gas tank on there. Underneath this is the water meter. Each one of these is 50 litres, so you've got a huge 250 litres, which when you press, that would, if there was water in, it would actually light up depending on how much you've got, so 50, 100, 150, 200, like that. The water point also will collect rainwater off the roof, off the solar panels, and you can divert that into the tank, and then it can be filtered through the 5-stage filter which sits under this cupboard here. The water heater is also under the hobs, so the water heater is under that part there. And you turn the water heater on under the kitchen cupboard here. There's a switch here that will just turn it on. As you can see, that's a massive kitchen drawer. This kitchen rack here is 16 inches back square, so you can see how big that drawer is there. You've got cupboards above, all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cupboards. And you'll probably notice that there's a step up here. This carpet here isn't part of it. It's just keeping the van clean. Yeah, you see there's a step up there. That's because the water tank and the batteries and the solar controllers and everything, the inverter, they're all under that section there. So what that means is that you've actually got these two trunks here under the seating, totally free, so they're totally empty, and again, masses of storage in the place. What else to say? Right, so you've got 1.1 kilowatts of solar on the roof, which means if you're in sunny climes like Portugal, Spain, France, in the summer, you'd be able to generate this. There's two parts to the cooking. This part is a 2-hob induction hob, and this part is 2-part gas hob. And I've done it this way to build in redundancy, basically. So if you were forever ran out of gas or whatever, LPG, you could always have a backup source of cooking and heating some water, say. So the gas and electric are kind of fulfilling, they can fulfill both roles of the van. Okay, just going up to the controller again. You've got a 3 kilowatt, 3000 watt inverter with a power saver mode and a power saver off mode, which does all the electric of the van. You've got here one controller, but this controller is controlling 4 solar panels, so they're all on separate solar controllers, which I don't know if you can see, but there's a cutout here, and there are 4 select buttons, so I can select either to meter panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, panel 4, whichever I want to meter. Like that is panel 4 at the moment. It will tell me what the solar's doing, basically. By doing it this way, you get maximum power, because any shading on one panel will not affect any of the other panels. So as you can see at the moment, The van is reading 13.2 volts. I mean, there's no solar to be had today. There's a 12 volt charging point here, so you could put phone here to charge at night or whatever. And there's also one in the rear cupboard, so you wouldn't have things on display. So there's a charging point in there. This screen here is for the security system. So you've got a 4-camera setup, so front, side, and reverse, and this is recording all the time 24/7 to a unit that's in the far cupboard there. And just for peace of mind, you've got 4 controls here. This is the fan for the composting loo. This is for the TV security. This one here is for outside LEDs. So both sides have LED strips, as you can see there. So the same on the other side, a 2-meter strip of LEDs. And the last one is, if I haven't mentioned the fridge freezer. So this is a fridge freezer. There's a fridge section. Okay, brand new fridge freezer, and there's a freezer section. Okay, so if in summer the fridge freezer is having problems cooling because it's so warm in the van, I've fitted quite a powerful fan at the back here, so it's blowing air up and over to get rid of the hot air that the compressor was producing. So I can feel that on my face now, that fan. So that's that button there. Those are the LED lights, and that's the security system. Moving on, last controller is here. This is the blown gas heating. This is the Propex heater. So you turn it to there, and it would, you can hear that it's starting up, and it would heat the van. Let's have a think control wise. The rest is pretty much standard. There's a 240 volt socket just down here, so if you wanted to plug something in while you're out, let me just turn this off because I don't want the noise of it. And let's go back round to the back of the van. So like I say, you can turn the gas tank off here for safety, which is brilliant. So if we go around the back of the van, oh, I should mention, this step, like I said, doubles up. Let me just put the camera down, and you'll see how this doubles up for the kitchen. So say you've parked up for the night, and you want to, of course the door's shut, and you want to prepare food for the evening, then you can place this step here, and the counter top spins up. You can lock it off here. Like that. And if I step back here, you can see now that the countertop gives you that much more room to actually prepare food. From the sink here, we've also got a chopping board that covers the sink, so you've got about 5 foot of prep room there. And because the step is here, it means that you're not falling off or tripping up as you're preparing food on this section. So just a shot from down this side before we go outside. So that's the van, and yeah, let me just get the countertop down, and we'll go outside.